number 21, biiiiiiiiizzzzzzzzzackkkk. And forward, 6'9", number 25, At guard, 6'3", number 3, CJ McCollum. At forward, 6'7", number 1, Zion Williamson. At the point, at 6'6", number 10, Thomas.
Hello, here's the starting group for Portland. Denny Avdia out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Sharp in at the two-guard spot. And for New Orleans, Trey Murphy out there with Zion Williamson. Then it's MP. Then there's CJ McCollum. And it's Messi in at the 5. Well, Coach, we're still very early in the NBA season. When you were coaching, what was your focus around this time?
Early in the season, Brian, really in the entire season, but especially early, you just want to try to be getting better every single night, making the corrections from one night to the next, and just keep growing as a team.
Now here's Thomas, coming off a terrific game against Atlanta. Just 3 to shoot. They get it back. Kicks it out to Williamson. The open J off the mark. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Pass to Grant. Count it.
Well, Grant has added range, but hasn't lost anything in close.
For 3, McCollum. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Simons against Thomas. Simons passes to Ayton. And that one drops.
Yeah, you expect this from Ayton. For him to shrug off contact inside and power his way to a bucket.
Now here's Thomas. McCollum outside. Offline with a 3. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Willie Green. How they'll go about defending DeAndre Ayton came up, and coach told me once Ayton gets deep, it's too late. We need to find him early and not let him set up down low. Push him out to the line. That's a lot to be pushing around with Ayton being as big as they come, guys. Thanks
for that, Allie. Now here's Avdia, coming off a 12-point game. Here's Simons. It's hauled in by New Orleans. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Atlanta.
And I think they were prepared to face pressure D, but that never materialized, so they took advantage.
And you could sense the difference in energy. They were keyed up, jumping on mistakes. They just outworked them.
And rolling with purpose after setting the pick. Zion's terrific at recognizing how to score in these sets.
Simons outside. Avdia against Williamson. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for Anthony Simons. New Orleans has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, guys, the Blazers with the draft night trade for two-way wing Denny Avdia, a young but established player on a value contract. Portland's added a guy who should help them win now and down the line. Guys, it appears Avdia is going to be a pretty seamless fit for Portland.
All right, Shams, thank you.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's Thomas. And MP throws it down.
Showing great vision that time. Zion delivers the ball exactly where it needs to be.
Simons against Thomas. Simons left side. Zion Williamson grabs the miss.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
McCollum outside. Williamson with it. He also had a big impact in that win against the Hawks.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Timeout called, Portland.
It's time to talk this over and try to put a stop to this run.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
All right, let's use this time to check out the teams with the most steals last year. In the third spot, the Pelicans.
And this is a team that takes great pride in being aggressive on the defensive end. They take good risk and know when to go after opportunities for steals.
Here's Simons. And he gets the bucket.
Some guts. Simons finishing with strength.
The Pelicans lead by 5. Pass to Thomas. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
He sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. For Portland, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Simons outside. Sharp up top. McCollum defends. Here's Simons. Pelicans cleared away.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And stolen by Williamson. Chalk up 2 there.
And they've settled in quickly. Nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Blazers trail by 9. Outside Sharp. From 12 feet, the shot's good.
And it looks like Sharp is fairly comfortable in the mid-range. Having dynamic shot-making ability would be a big plus for him.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 6. Pass to Williamson. Six on the shot clock. Thomas against Simons. Fades and shoots. Thomas, that's good. Thomas has got 8.
You can tell he's feeling it. Hasn't missed a single shot all quarter.
Avdia with it. Covered by Williamson. Avdia passes to Simons. Thomas with a steal. There's McCollum with the 3. Nails it from 3. Give him 8.
He's looking very confident so far. The defense is going to have to account for him.
Pass to Sharp. Up and over McCollum. Sharp, no good. Here's New Orleans now. They're on a 20-6 run. Williamson outside. And the Pelicans hit again from deep.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Timeout called, Portland. And last year, coach, the Pelicans winning 49 games, their second most ever.
Yeah, Brian, but despite that, they got swept by OKC in the first round, and that just tells you how difficult the West is. New Orleans was the 8th seed. In the East, they get the 3 seed.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Henderson's checked in. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it.
Yeah, very efficient shooter from inside the arc. Henderson can beat you in a plethora of ways.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul.
That's on Scoot Henderson. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Now here's Henderson. 11 points for him last game against Phoenix. And he can't bank that one in. And so MP will bring it up for New Orleans. They lead by 14. McCollum finds Williamson. Fader on the way. Avdia pulls it in.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Henderson misses.
Fantastic perimeter defense. His coaches and teammates have to appreciate this kind of effort.
Yeah, and it's really hard to stay connected to shooters out there. And even harder to contest the shot without foul. Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Avdia against Williamson. Avdia passes to Ayton. Ayton with the stuff.
It's always good to see Ayton going up strong, using his physical gifts.
Sharp against McCollum. And McCollum slams it in.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
The open shot, Henderson. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Well, last season, New Orleans finished with their best record since 2009. Stan, they went 49-33.
Well, you have to credit their roster construction. They've got 3 guys who can average 20-plus points, along with a lot of very solid young defenders. And these guys are only getting better.
And the Blazers making a change here. Robert Williams checked in for Ayton. Walker comes in for Avdia. Thibault, he's checked in for Grant. And it's Ben in for Sharp. Thomas against Henderson. No one near him. And he hits the jumper for 2. And the Pelicans lead by 18.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
With the drive, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And just slippery with the ball in his hands. Henderson will dissect you off the dribble.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Thomas against Henderson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul. Olenix checked in for New Orleans.
Coming onto the floor for your
Pass to Walker. Back to Henderson. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Coach, it's such a difficult transition to the NBA. So it's the Pelicans now. They led by as many as 18. We've got Murray, Herb Jones out there with Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. Then it's MP, and it's Misi in at center. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Murray, no good. Blazers trail by 14. It's Sharp on the wing, defended by Murray. Outside Sharp, tipped away. Ayton passes to Avdia. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Simons. Drops in the 3. Simons has got 5 points.
Well, you see that quick release, and Simons right on the money.
Pass to Murray. Here's Misi. MP looking it over. Oh, there's the alley. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Trailblazers. And a quick look at how New Orleans' schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Orlando, going up against the Magic.
And that game against the Nets, it's one that should be a fun contest. The way the teams stack up against each other makes for good basketball. You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Coach, you talk about guys who are always upping their game. How about Anthony Simons?
Well, Brian, I feel like he's one of the truly under-the-radar scorers in this league. He's put in a lot of time and work, never satisfied with himself or his game, and he just keeps getting better.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Pass to Robinson Earl. And the layup is good off the glass. Robinson Earl's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. One guy here this evening, Shaedon Sharpe, incredibly talented, Stan.
Hey, Brian, you talk about a guy with potentially a very high ceiling. He's got all the physical tools you need. His skills are improving. He's still young and still putting it together.
Now here's Murray. 17 points for him last game against Atlanta. And it's good. 2 points. And the Pelicans lead by 14.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Jeremy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career. But over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks. Here's Robinson Earl. Shoots over Simons. That one rolls around and rims out. Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Fades. Misi grabs the board. Misi's got 4 rebounds now. Thomas outside. Pass to Murray. On the take. Over Sharpe. And there's Murray. That one's good. And the assist by Thomas. Thomas has got 6 assists now in the game. Simons with it. Robinson Earl on him. Off the outside. Jacks up a 3. Portland, no good that time either.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Thomas against Simons. Thomas passes to Robinson Earl. Throw it down on the lob.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Pass to Aiden. Grant outside. The shot. Again, the miss by Portland.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time you just couldn't get it done.
And the officials call a traveling violation. And checking the 2K leaderboard. These teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. The 4th spot held by the Pelicans.
Well, last season, what stood out about this team was their three-point shooting. They shot a very high percentage from distance.
Zion Williamson has checked in for Robinson Earl.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
Now here's Murray. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Avdia's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside Sharpe. Back to Avdia. Pass to Graham. Puts it up from 12. No good off the back of the rim. The Pelicans lead by 15. And MP throws it down.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Back to Simons. Launches a 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Thomas against Simons. Goes up from the top of the key. And another one falls for New Orleans.
His play is a big reason why they're ahead. He hasn't missed a shot all night.
Pass to Sharpe. Ayton with it on the wing, Grant. Offensive rebound. Simons with it. The three. The shot off that time.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Sharp against Thomas. Now here's Murray. Elbow shot on the way. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Pelicans lead by 18.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
And it's Simons with the ball for Portland. Pass to Graham. And he banks in the layup. Grant's got his second basket.
Just 1 for 5 this quarter, but don't expect him to back away from adversity.
Down low. Here's Thomas. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defense is to disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
So it's Portland now, after the basket by New Orleans. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Simons. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. The three ball. McCollum pulls it in.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Here's Thomas. And Ayton pulls it down. Blazers trail by 20. Simons outside. Thomas with a steal. McCollum with it. Now Sharp defending. And he's going for the oop here. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by McCollum. So for the dominating first half.